I'm not saying it's okay. Don't put words in my mouth.
So would you stop that? Would you stop that process?
Don't be a dick.
Anderson Cooper has gone viral for that moment where he surprisingly used a racy term while debating with former New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu. The moment began as Sununu argued that the Trump administration has been transparent about its efforts to reduce government waste and expose fraud, but was not able to provide evidence to support those claims. While the back and forth was spirited, the men both appeared to maintain their composure at first, and that's when Cooper made the comment in an attempt to call out the Republican politician after Cooper seemingly felt his words had been twisted.
I know what you're not showing here. Musk gave 7 specific examples off the top of his head of where the corruption and fraud were. I know you didn't play the clips. He was talking about a contractor that had a 3-month contract. He was paid for 20 years. He was talking about welfare benefits that were being paid to someone that was technically 150 years old. He was talking about line items in the Treasury that had no justification.
There's no he doesn't present any actual evidence.
Well, he's standing there in the Oval Office. Do you expect him to come in with 10,000 pages? And I have to be clear, to complain about this administration about transparency, when this president takes open questions on a daily basis, yet Joe Biden didn't show up for a press conference in 6 months, is insane. Well, these guys are being extremely transparent. They don't have to sit there and take the questions, but they do. It's all on the website. It's all out there.
It's not transparency to say things that have no factual background. I mean, to say we're cutting, we've found $1 billion or $1 trillion in waste with no specifics, that's just talk. That's not transparency.
It's 23 days in here, guys. 23 days. You're talking about $2.3 billion that was saved last year. These guys are saving $2.3 billion a day.
Right, but
it's incredible.
That's what they're saying. But where's the proof?
You're waiting. You're not going to be satisfied till he shows up with 10,000 pages.
But we're talking about 10,000 pages. Yeah. He's giving very specific things,
yes,
but he's not actually giving any evidence of that.
It's all going to come, because what they also said was, if we have to go to Congress, we'll go to Congress.
Right, but
we'll show where it is.
Some of the details that have come out, like the $59 million spent on luxury hotels, it's actually not.
You're talking about the FEMA money that was abused for migrants. Yeah. FEMA money for migrants, that's okay now?
No, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not saying it's okay. Don't put words in my mouth.
So would you stop that? Would you stop that process?
Don't be a dick. What I'm saying is the portrayal by him is just not factually accurate. He's talking about luxury hotels. I'm not as big. Look, I was in Hurricane
Until he sends you a
I
personal
saw what
text,
FEMA
you're
does.
Not gonna believe it. I get it.
I think the issue, too, is these are congressionally appropriated funds. I think you and I as conservatives could look for a lot of things in the federal budget we would be more than happy to see done away with. But I think that there have been things that have been presented as one thing and then turn out to be something very different. The condoms to Gaza, the first time I heard that stated, I knew that wasn't true. It doesn't take an expert to know that we're not doing that.
The two men moved on during the segment without any major reaction, but they did address the topic later on. While Cooper issued an apology, Governor Sununu spoke about the moment in an interview with NewsNation's Chris Cuomo and said there were no hard feelings.
When Anderson Cooper is a decent guy. In this business, he's about as good as you can ask for. And when he said that to you, what does it mean to you in terms of what we're dealing with in our level of dialogue?
So really quick, when he said it, of course, I had like 6, I thought, really funny comebacks, but I thought, this is going to get out of control pretty, because you know me, I just want to extend the joke, and it's CNN, and I'm trying to be all serious. And if anything, I said, oh, this is great. We're having a political argument like me and my buddy would over a beer. He's just kind of giving it to me, and I'm giving it back. So I think he's a great guy. I don't take any offense to it whatsoever. And I think he almost just forgot the camera was off because the conversation was getting a little casual.